I lived at the Sunset Marquis repeatedly after divorces. You lived there how many times? 3 or 4. Such a long time. Billy Bob Thornton's story begins outside Hollywood. His birth date was August 4, 1955, in Hot Springs, Arkansas. He soon landed modest acting gigs and became one of Hollywood's most famous celebrities. 5 marriages followed, including the contentious Angelina Jolie. We need backstory before we can figure out why the renowned couple split up. Billy is known for his raw skill, quirkiness, and Hollywood buzzing relationships. Thornton has had his love life repeatedly probed because of his 6 weddings. However, his brief relationship with Angelina Jolie garnered the most attention when both were at their career's peak. The press loved their unusual wedding, but 3 years later it all ended. Billy Bob is now telling why he parted from Angelina after several seasons. We'll decipher Thornton's private life and reveal the truth. Early challenges and meager beginnings follow. On August 4, 1955, the future star landed in Hot Springs, Arkansas. His poor upbringing in a cabin without plumbing or power gave him perseverance and passionate determination. He tried out for the Kansas City Royals for larger goals. A serious injury dashed his desire and made him reevaluate his career. Even though baseball's gate had closed too soon, grit from that tiny hut drove him to acting, writing, and lasting stardom. He eventually got bigger opportunities in Hollywood, changing his fortunes. That led to more than 5 complex marriages, all of which ended in a way that irrevocably changed his connection with Aunt Angelina Jolie. The complex love story of Thornton begins with Melissa Lee Gatlin. The young actor married Melissa for the first time in 1978. This union started a turbulent romance, although nothing is known about their lives together. Thornton became a father for the first time in June 1979 with Amanda. Wedded happiness was short. Melissa filed for divorce in 1980, citing incompatibility and adultery. Amanda grew up with her mom, not her famous dad, after the divorce. Tragedy returned years later. Amanda was charged in 2008 when a friend's 1-year-old daughter died in her care. 20 years in prison made news. In Iowa, lawyers from the Innocence Project fought hard, claiming an accident. Amanda was released from prison in 2020 after new evidence. Thornton rarely discusses his family's terrible past. After breaking up with Melissa, Thornton fell for Tony Lawrence. In 1986, their second marriage. Tony, known to cult film aficionados from Daddy's Deadly Darling and Soul Survivor, seemed a suitable companion for the burgeoning storyteller. Domestic life was harder than Hollywood dreams. Mismatched career rhythms and no children caused friction. Irreconcilable conflicts led to divorce filings in 2 years. Years later, Tony called Billy Bob brilliant but tortured, spending sleepless nights regulating his mood swings. She remarried, moved to Los Angeles, and became a studio potter without red carpet attention. Thornton learned from their brief marriage that talent alone cannot support an unstable marriage. Thornton admitted the union was hasty and driven by chemistry rather than mutually deliberate compatibility. Thornton met actress Cinda Williams while filming the taut thriller One False Move, which he co-wrote. Williams, from Chicago, was noticed in Spike Lee's Mo Better Blues, so their on-set connection was easy, but true romance barely flickered. Thornton later joked they were friends who accidentally entered a wedding ceremony. They married in 1990 and divorced amicably in 1992, acknowledging chemistry was lacking. Williams married producer Roderick Plummer and posts happy family photos online. Prove both proceed harmoniously. Thornton quickly entered a harder chapter. He married Playboy model Pietra Cherniak in 1993, but heated charges of violence and court-ordered restraints marred the union. He faced years of public scrutiny, revealing how Hollywood's rumor mill can turn love into drama and tarnish a star's private life. The stormiest marriage was Thornton's fourth, to Playboy model Pietra Cherniak. William and Harry were born after their 1993 wedding. The handsome family, born 11 months apart, looked like a postcard, yet tension grew behind closed doors. Cherniak filed for divorce and a restraining order in 1997, stating Thornton had slapped, punched, and shoved her in front of the children. Brushes and bathroom nights were documented in court documents. Each claim was read by reporters and splashed over entertainment columns. Thornton denied all charges. Our marriage was imperfect, he admitted, but I never did what she said. His greatest concern was that public mudslinging would scare the boys. No matter the facts, the claims tarnished his reputation and fed tabloids that followed him around. Magnifying chaos in once, storybook domesticity forever. Billy Bob's sixth and most notorious marriage to Angelina Jolie was unexpected yet well discussed. They met on the 1999 aviation comedy Hushing Tin while working elsewhere. Thornton and Laura Dern shared a home and future goals. Jolie and Johnny Lee Miller had split recently. Chemistry still occurred. Thornton packed bags, left Dern without notice, and jumped headfirst into Jolie's orbit overnight. Few months after meeting, they eloped in Las Vegas in May 2000. The ceremony was startlingly informal. Jeans, back hair, and no Hollywood glamour for Jolie. That low-key wedding shocked many, especially Dern, who said she returned from a shoot to find her fiancé wedded. Media interest grew when reporters saw the couple wearing vials of each other's blood as necklaces, symbolizing their intense, unorthodox love. Thornton and Jolie may have seemed weird together, but they were fiercely loyal behind the scenes. They bought Slash's palatial Beverly Hills residence after weeks of house shopping. Our 9-bedroom labyrinth has a professional recording studio, candlelit pool, and thick walls to mask nighttime guitar sounds. The pair hardly unpacked. They were in Canada 1 month, shaking hands at refugee camps the next, then flying to Europe for glamour picture shoots. The mansion became a costly storage facility because to their Rolling Stone schedule, proving that nothing could stop them. Their public chemistry was wilder. Flashbulbs caught them gripping, whispering, and kissing so fiercely they smeared each other's makeup on the Gone in 60 Seconds red carpet in June 2000. Bodyguards cleared space, porters gasped, and tabloids roared. An MTV host inquired for their craziest moment later that night. Expecting a little response, Thornton smiled and said they did it in the limo on the way over, calling the tiny backseat the honeymoon suite. One off-the-cuff confession made Los Angeles and London headlines. Legends grew from whispers. Friends claimed they switched underpants for fun. The mansion included a soundproof love room with wall-to-wall padding and lit constellations of candles during midnight rituals. Thornton had to dispel some rumors. He admits to wearing Angelina's red silk panties at the gym once since he had no clean shorts, but it was a joke. Facts no longer matter. Their vial of blood necklaces and constant PDA made them famous by December. Half frightening spectacle, half raw devotion, and unavoidable worldwide. After news sources disclosed that the newlyweds wore lockets with little drops of each other's blood in July 2001, panic surged. The gossip mill had them walking Sunset Boulevard with crimson fluid jugs on chains. Thornton subsequently clarified that they punctured their fingers, rubbed a bit on a charm, then snapped it shut. Nothing horrible. However, the myth made their relationship look wilder, fiercer, and more emotional than any Hollywood romance. The couple hoped to adopt by March 2002. Jolie filed paperwork declaring herself and Thornton as parents after falling in love with 7-month-old Cambodian orphan Maddox. As their relationship deteriorated, plans changed swiftly. Press asked Billy Bob's location. Jolie said he had decided not to proceed and she would finalize the adoption alone. Thornton met makeup effects artist Connie Anglin in 2002 while filming Bad Santa, but they preferred patience. Attraction began early, but both remembered how the spotlight destroyed his marriage to Jolie, so they dated privately for 12 years. Paparazzi saw nothing. Interviews hardly mentioned her. In 2008, Thornton told Maxim he resisted making Anglin wife number 6 due to media pressure. They had a little wedding in their Los Angeles front yard in October 2014, since privacy was more important than postponing. Only a clergyman, a few relatives, and dogs witnessed vows. No red carpet or designer flair, just honest promises under gloomy branches. This humble backyard wedding showed that serenity, not spectacle, had guided his amorous path on that gentle afternoon for a man who formerly flaunted passion with blood bottles. Thornton and England are stable because their temperaments match, he argues. Connie's serenity suited him after the merry frenzy. He chuckled in a 2016 GQ interview, "Connie's my pace." Billy Bob, a homebody who dislikes loud noises, appreciates that Connie enjoys calm nights. Since kindergarten, Bella has been homeschooled, adding family time. Anglin creates makeup and effects for movies like Men in Black and Planet of the Apes, but she avoids red carpets. Thornton regularly thanks her for accepting his eccentricity. Connie fiddled at home, while Jolie flew to summits. He joked their house had a recording studio so he can record without leaving. He credited Connie for that addition on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Proof they live in low-key comforts, a calmer cadence he values following headline-heavy unions. Beyond their silence, becoming a father again changed Thornton's routine. When Bella arrived in 2004, decades after his older children, Dad had to relearn diapering and kids singing. He laughs that Bella's fiery spirit keeps him moving, whether she's blaring Taylor Swift or teaching him TikTok dances. "Honey, get that sword." Bella asked her parents why they weren't married after 12 years. Their 2014 vows under their sycamore tree with family, friends, and dogs were prompted by that question. Thornton later told James Corden Bella's smile lasted days, but the ceremony lasted minutes. The actor balances movies, music, and series with school projects and pancake breakfasts. Public appearances are rare. In 2022, Connie walked the gray carpet for Netflix movie The Gray Man. Fans saw serene smiles, indicating Thornton's love life is finally stable. The secret heartbeat of Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie's whirlwind was that. An affair too intense to ignore but too captivating. Their love graced red carpets and front pages, entered pop cultural mythology, and then went quick. Their story continues decades later, proving that unbridled desire can overthrow plans, redraw destinies, and leave bystanders breathless. But the story continues after the credits. It persists in our inquiries. What makes romance unforgettable? Was it two rebels' reckless electricity colliding? Or the quiet, steady friendship that lasts after the lights go out? Maybe a wild combination of both. Fire at first sight, ember forever. Put your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for Hollywood's untamed love stories' next jaw-dropping chapter.